a significant growth over the last number of years and will continue to grow. According to Section 75.1 of the School Act, when there's a new school, a Board of Education must establish a school catchment consisting of a geographic area around the school. Therefore, the district will be conducting a city center school catchment review process involving public consultation with the parents, staff, education partners, and our general public. The focus of the public consultation, of course, is to provide information and answer questions from parents, general public, and our staff and education partners. And that this process will also provide opportunities for public's input through online surveys and open houses. Through the public consultation process, like we always did in the past, the district will employ comprehensive communication and public engagement tools to inform, involve, and consult the community. So therefore, staff were recommending that the Board of Education in today's meeting approve the city center catchment review process and timeline as provided in this report. So thank you very much, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Right, questions. Trustee Yang, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. And certainly this is a very exciting item that's coming before us tonight. Recognizing that we wouldn't be doing this if we don't have a new city center school, which is what we've been advocating and doing the hard work for the last several years. So super excited for that. This is going to impact a lot of families in the city center, a lot of students. And so the engagement process, as outlined by staff, I think is transparent and clear to the public. And certainly it needs to be that way because these are important changes to students and families' everyday life. With that, I do note that what we've got written in the report is a consultation public engagement phase from September 3rd to October 17th. And as we all know, this is one of the busiest time in our in the school system throughout the year, and I think a longer timeline would work better to have that more meaningful engagement with community and to provide that the benefit of more time for engagement. So I will move something different than the staff recommendation, and that is that the Board of Education direct staff to amend the city center catchment review timeline by extending the public engagement phase from September 3rd to October 17th to September 3rd to October 27th. And that the Board of Education of School District Number 38 Richmond approve the new city center school catchment review process and timeline as amended in this report. Thanks very much.
Looking for a seconder? Trustee Sargent seconded. Do you want to speak any more to it, or?
Yeah, nothing further, just yeah, again, allowing that more runway for this very important work. We want to hear from families. That's something that's I'm sure that we all want to do.
Trustee Sargent?
Yeah, thanks very much. Well, I think we've said it numerous times, but this is a very exciting announcement for us. We've been advocating for a city center school since 2007, and it's 2025, and we are so very happy to be able to open a school so that city center kids currently enrolled and future will have a place to learn and thrive. So there's a massive amount of work that has gone on for many, many years. And it's just so nice to be able to say we're going to be opening a new city center school site for students. With that, there's processes that have to happen, and this is the first one. And I think the district needs, as always, take lots of care and understanding. But realize too that we are opening the school. Well, our target date is 2026, so that we can alleviate the amount of stress that staff are feeling, that students are feeling in our very crowded city center schools. But I think what I'm happy about is that staff have really taken the time to, and our communications manager to outline the many steps of engagement that we're going to go through, because I really do want to hear from the community, from our students and our staff, who this will affect staff, and I want to hear what they think. And then, you know, in November, we'll have to make some sort of decision, but it's very much a good news story. And my hope is that we can see our way through this in the most kind and thoughtful way we can, given that kids are not going to be squished into, I'm going to use that word, facilities that weren't built for that many students. And it's really important that the board did this work, and I'm so happy. And let's go out there and really be thoughtful about our engagement, which staff are proposing. I agree with the amendment. I think we had a chance to talk as a board at a workshop recently, and I think all of us agreed that we needed as much time as possible, given what staff said. Kindergarten registration also starts in February, so I will support the new motion with the recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Mr. Belisa.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, I have two questions with regard to these recommendations. First, are we giving enough time to our hardworking staff, the time needed to complete the review process? And secondly, are we giving enough opportunity for the impacted members of our community to participate in this process? And to me, limiting the staff on a certain date, is something that restrict them. I would rather say, let this month of September up to the month of October, because the approval of the board will still be in November. Why give them enough time, the discretion and the leverage, you know, for them to work their time, as long as, you know, they have enough time to do this process? Just a comment and question, Mr. Chairman.
Trustee Dwani.
Yeah, well, I respect your comments. However, I think we have to realize we're in a crunch. This school, when it opens in 2026, is going to be at its capacity. And, we're taking from other schools because they're over capacity. Some of them way over capacity. So when this opens, we will need another school actually right away. And it's going to take time for that too. So I think we need to be respectful that we're not rushing things. I mean, as Trustee Sargent mentioned, we've been advocating for a city center school since 2007. And it's been a long time coming. So this isn't a rush. It may seem like it, but I think we have time to do it right, and we need to move ahead, because opening at capacity, I don't know, maybe Brighouse was one of those, I can't remember, but that we're going to be stuck for spaces when it opens, let alone, we're going to need another school and maybe more.
So because this is a matter of operational issues, I'd like to hear from the superintendent what they say with the two questions that I have.
You hang on, and Trustee Tablani.
Yeah, I'm going to finish, but I didn't appreciate being interrupted. It's okay. Thank you.
Are you finished?
Yep.
Okay.
It's okay if the superintendent wants to respond, and then I can ask mine after.
Yeah, through the chair, Trustee Belisa, I heard two questions. The first was in terms of the timeline and why the timeline is the way it is. Just for the benefit of the audience, the viewing audience, Kindergarten registration in our district opens up in November, and confirmation to families is in February 2026. So if the school is going to open September 2026, which is what the target opening date is, then it's important for us to complete this process in reasonable time so that parents will have a clear understanding of where their children, when they register for kindergarten, where they're going to be going to school in 2026, hence the timeline. But I just want to make sure that, because I've heard from trustees, and I know that this board is committed to ensuring that we listen to communities and we listen to our partners. And the assurance to the board is, while I recognize that the timeline is the way it is, it will in no way take us from that commitment to the board to ensure that these sessions that we're having with families, and I think I heard from Trustee Sargent and other trustees, we will do our best to ensure that there's ample opportunity, and certainly the amended timeline allows us to do that. So we are going from September 3rd to September 27th, based on the amended timelines. And I'm reasonably confident that that timeline will allow us to do the work that is necessary. And I also appreciate the comment that this is a very busy time of year with school just opening up and staff weighing into this. But I think staff also understands the pressure that we're grappling with in City Center. And I'm reasonably confident that they will understand that given the timeline for kindergarten registration, that this is limited space that we have. But again, not to belabor the point, we will endeavor to make sure that these sessions are truly listening sessions where we're gathering and hearing from families so that we're in a good position to come back to the board and share with the board what we heard. That the board is well informed in terms of the comments from parents, staff, and families.
Okay, Trustee Larson?
Yeah, I just think we need to remember also that our staff work very closely, senior staff, and have put forward this recommendation. It's not like, and they've been working on it for a while now. So I think they're aware of the time that and now how we've extended it to October 27th, right? Yes, or 29th. But I think that's important to remember that our staff already have input in this timeline. So I don't think we're asking for anything that they can't do. But I'm glad we're putting the motion through. That we put that forward.
You know, to think that in a year from now that school's going to be open and we're going to have kids in there and desks and books and all those, it's pretty overwhelming when you look at the amount of work. But I also believe in our staff too, and I don't believe they take on more than what they can handle. And you know, we're sitting with a new school because we were creative, we were flexible, and we put it all together and we have a school. And that says a lot for our district. As for filling it and making it run properly and so that we provide a quality education to all the students, like I believe in our staff that they will be able to put it together. As for the timelines, I would love to have a longer timeline so that we could spend more time with the CATS review and even issues such as naming the school. I mean, that's going to be an interesting discussion as well. And that will be constricted by timelines as well, because eventually you've got to make jerseys and equipment that has the name of the new school on there. So it is going to be a busy and it is going to be a hectic 1 year. And along the way, you know, nerves will get frazzled, I'm sure, and there'll be, you know, people, what's going on? But, you know, I do believe that we will work through it and we will, you know, I always like to believe we will make the best of the situation. And like I said, I mean, I'm very confident in the staff that we have, the people we have, and our stakeholders, that we'll make this work. Because we have too many kids in these schools for it not to work, and we owe it to them to when the opportunity arises to get a school where we can add more seats, that we need to do that. And after the year's over, we can take a breath or whatever, but in the meanwhile, it's time to sort of, get down to work. And like I said, I feel very confident with the people we have around the table and in the community. So any more comments, questions? Trustee Yang, you want to end up with anything? Okay, after that, I'll call the motion. All in favor? Opposed? Motion is carried.
Is there opposed or?
Oh, sorry.
post, yeah.
Opposed? One opposed? Okay, sorry, did you get that? Okay. That being said, that's the only thing on our agenda. Is there anything else with final comments? Okay, that being the last one, I'm looking for a move and a second to adjourn the public meeting. Moved by trustee Tabulani, seconded by trustee Yang. All in favor? Folks, thank you for coming. Jonathan, thanks for coming.
This is,
Really want to know what name for the school.
It-
Do you know, what time we have the survey?
Can I speak to that? I can talk to you privately or
Yeah,
now.
we're off the meeting.
There's a naming, there will be a naming committee meeting